Live from Town Square Towers at the heart of the Jersey Shore. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Get up, get out, do something. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. It is 7:07, March 8th. 46 degrees, getting up to 63 today. That's awesome. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310 News Talk Radio, streaming live on the Radio Pup app and at WOBMAM.com, 732-505-1160. Joining us now in the studio, Tommy Parlapanidas, Superintendent, Central Regional Schools. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, if I was any better, there'd be two of me.
Great.
I'm telling you. And you are, I'll tell you what, Tommy, you walk into a room and you can like feel the energy just when you walk in, right? I mean, even at like 6:45 in the morning when you walk in.
And I'm not a morning person.
No.
There's about four cups of coffee, so I'm excited to be here and looking forward to talking to you about all the great stuff going on at Central.
All right. So when we met, and we only met a couple weeks ago, I told you that I've been back in town for just about 3 years, and I've had to finally meet you. Keith Buccio, a mutual friend and a board member, I think, of yours, set us up, and I had it's really my bad because I had heard so many great things about things happening at Central. And you'd been on my list of folks that I needed to talk to, and I just had never gotten to it. Why don't you tell the listeners, give us a kind of an overview of what's happening at Central. So, I'd like to hear, actually, why don't you start first by talking to us about the academies that you have going there, which is a really cool concept.
Absolutely. I was tired of a lot of our students going on to mates and other options. So I figured let's make an option for students to stay here at Central Regional. So we actually made a Humanities Academy partnered with Georgian Court University. So students now, go through the Humanities Academy 9 through 12, and then their senior year, they're actually taught by Georgian Court professors at Central Regional. So out of the 57 students that have gone through the program, 56 of them have started as sophomores at college. So they actually saved an entire year of, tuition. So that's $30,000 to $50,000. The one young lady went to Columbia, and of course, Ivy League, Columbia only accepted 9 credits. But it's a great way to get kids into college and, get out of college a lot sooner, save the parents some money, and really prepare them, going on to the future. So it's a great program.
So basically 57 out of 57 have come through that program successfely.
Absolutely.
Right? That's that is really the wave of the future. Graduating high school, part of the way already accomplished in your college career, and talk about ways that we could save on college tuition. Talk about ways that we cut down on student debt. Wouldn't it be great if every child came out of high school with credits already under their belt? Right?
Oh, absolutely. When I graduated college a long time ago, it was $21,000 my senior year. That same university, Villanova University, is now like $60,000. So I don't know if the professors got 3 times smarter. I just
definitely
don't understand how they can justify tripling, the tuition rate. It's absurd. So
well now how long and so how long ago were you at Villanova?
I graduated Villanova in 1995.
That's right, because I was gonna say the basketball team's very good now, but the basketball team was good then too.
No, they always choke though in the tournament. So
not always.
So,
okay. So all right. So academies.
Okay.
One of the things that's also very interesting about Central is that it's a school of choice. Right.
Absolutely.
So what does that mean?
Basically, what that means when Governor Christie was a big proponent of school choice, so schools could apply, and what it did was open the door. So normally you have to live in Seaside Park, Seaside Heights, Ocean Gate, Island Heights, or Berkeley to attend Central Regional. With school choice, you can live anywhere in Ocean County, basically apply. If you're accepted, you can then come to Central Regional. So we have over 92 students from Lakewood, Toms River, Lacey, Manchester, Southern, Point Beach, everywhere that are now attending Central Regional as students.
And they want to attend Central because
part of it is the Humanities Academy. Part of it is our ROTC. We actually had a young man from Point Beach, and I'm like, well, why do you want to come here from Point Beach? And it was basically for the band. They didn't want 10 kids in the band. They wanted the 40, 50 kids in the band. So the kids come for all sorts of reasons. we do provide a lot of opportunities at Central. We're even looking at our Leadership Principle and Practice Academy, which is partnered with John Hopkins, the curriculum, as well as the U.S. Army. We're also looking at which should be a fun one. It's our Media Arts Academy, which we're also starting next year. So we're actually going to start more and more academies. I also want to give a shout out to David Healy from Toms River. I know he's listening, driving. We're actually going to partner up and maybe do academies between Toms River and Central to really offer our kids more opportunities, and that's the key. It's still in the infant stages with David, but we're going to keep working hard and get it done.
That's great. And, so you mentioned ROTC, you mentioned all the different academies you have going on, and I guess one of the reasons that I really wanted to talk to you originally was because you clearly run your schools as a business. Right. I mean, we were talking before we went off into the last break that I mentioned that there are $27 million worth of basically plant improvements, whether it's HVAC or other upgrades that are necessary to schools in 3 towns at the Jersey Shore, and we know how difficult it is. We know that we're already in such a heavily tax burdened area, a state. We know that our property taxes are among the highest in the country. We know that education is a large piece of those property taxes. And we also know that we have a heavy senior population, and seniors aren't interested in tax increases. And frankly, they don't have skin in the game as far as having kids that are going to the schools, et cetera, et cetera. So it's hard for us to get revenue through in that way, additional tax revenue. So what kind of things have you done to drive your own revenue?
Well, the first thing I think, which was the big, and we actually nailed it right, was our solar field. We actually had an electric bill of $1.2 million. Our electric bill now is $512,000. So we did a power purchasing agreement. So it's a PPA. We don't own the solar, but it's locked in at $475 an SREC, which is phenomenal. So they're making great money. So that lowered our energy cost in half. The school choice brings in an additional about $1.3 million a year from the state. That'll probably be here for another couple of years. I'm looking for it to go away when Christie gets out of office. I think it'll get cut, and then because it's about $68 million extra on the taxpayers from that sense. But we also have a cell tower at Central, which brings in about $5,000 a month. We also, with our international school, we're an international school. We just wrote a bill. Actually, we're looking to. I met with Congressman MacArthur's aide. We're looking to change it right now. International schools. The private schools can hold a student for 4 years, public only 1. We're looking to level the playing field and make it 4 years and 4 years so that we accept that tuition. We actually have 75 international kids coming this summer for our summer session. So hopefully some of those kids will then come as students, so that'll be additional money as well. And thanks to all these revenues, we've been able to really fix up Central Regional without having to go out to – I know you talked earlier about, people going out to vote today for a couple referendums. We've been able to not do that and yet, improve the facilities, buy curriculum, buy books, and, not put that burden on our taxpayers and everything else. So thank God my board is very open-minded, and they're, some of the ideas they shoot down, but most of them they're pretty receptive, and we're able to do a lot of great things and do stuff for the kids, the teachers, the admin, and of course I'm very lucky. You're only good as the people you work with, and I have some great people around me that really help get it done. So
great. So what I would like to talk about is I'd like to get. I think it's clear to anybody listening at this moment that you have a pretty good handle on what's going on at Central, and that you're very involved in a number of different facets. I think areas that not necessarily every superintendent is engaged in. I'd really like to learn more about what your background is, how you kind of ended up as a superintendent, what your path looked like, and so we're going to talk about that after the break. We are going to be right back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, Tommy Parlapanidas, Central Regional.
Everything you need to know about the Jersey Shore. This is Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.
Welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin here with Tommy Parlapanidas from Central Regional. Superintendent, okay, so we want to hear a little bit about you, Tommy Parlapanidas, the man. So tell me a little bit about your progression to superintendent.
Absolutely. This is my 25th year at Central. I was a student at Central, a teacher, principal, now superintendent. So time flies. But going through high school, I had great teachers that were very inspirational. So I decided I wanted to be a teacher. Went on to Villanova University. Came back, taught at Central, taught science in the middle school, had a great time. Got my master's degree from Georgian Court University, so that's where we partnered with Georgian Court. Right. Really worked out well. Then became, I knew at the time at Central there was they were all young administrators, so I actually went to Egg Harbor Township Middle School past Atlantic City, was there for a year, then went to Shore Regional High School, and then was able to come back to Central Regional as middle school principal. And then, while at the time worked on my doctorate from Seton Hall University, and then became superintendent. So it's been a good. I've been blessed with great. I had Dr. DeZio from Central Regional. She was superintendent at the time. Right. Great woman, loved her, absolutely great. I had Lenny Schnappall from Shore, who was fantastic. Jim Giaquinto at Egg Harbor. So I've had great, teachers, and I had actually Dr. Mentors. Crawley mentors, and I had Dr. Crawley was my mentor during my superintendency, and Dr. Crawley was Point Beach, great guy, so I really learned a lot. So
all right, so great. Let's go back now. Let's go back to I was going to say little Tommy, like little Marco, but we'll go to young Tommy, right? So Kevin Williams, who by the way, if you don't know, Kevin stops in breaks and knows every guest that I ever have, and there's always There's 4 minutes of stories, and we always have to kick him out in the last second because we're about to come back on the air. So Kevin commented on my Facebook. Tell me about the hot dog place. Go ahead.
Absolutely. My dad had the Carousel Snack Bar in Seaside Park, right next to the merry-go-round and the arcade. And he used to sell Schick House hot dogs, which are the Cadillac of hot dogs. I don't care what anybody says. Every time I have a barbecue, you got to have a Schick House. They're about a foot long, but they're great hot dogs. So you'd be able to go there for a quarter, and it was a grape or orange soda. So it was like a tradition to get the Schick House hot dog and the drink.
So is that where you got your business acumen? Was it dad who dropped little pearls of wisdoms on young Tommy to build the business acumen?
Absolutely. He always said you have to work hard, and using a quote from Dan Duddy, if you're not tired, you're not living. So right. You got to be tired, you got to be working, you got to get it done. So.
Oh, well, good. I'm with you. Then I'm certainly living, that's for sure.
That's good.
All right, so tell me now, but I don't understand. You have two brothers, right?
Yes.
And your two brothers are both screenwriters.
Absolutely, yep, okay. Out in Hollywood.
And so one would ask, so you have two Hollywood screenwriters in the family, and then there's you. Mm-hmm. So what talk to me about hanging out with them. You were telling me a red carpet story.
It was great. We got invited. They wrote the movie Immortals, so we got to go to a red carpet. So I've never been to a red carpet before. I had no idea, So I figure I'll wear my black suit, black tie, go all black, and I should be okay. Fit in. That's I guess Hollywood. Right. But then I didn't realize that, so I'm talking to, Kellen Lutz and all the stars, and everybody thought I was the bodyguard because I guess I was in all black. And I'm like, look, I'm just a fat third brother from Jersey. I'm like, but 5-6 times everybody's like, are you the bodyguard? You're the bodyguard? I'm like, no, it's, it's a different world out there. They're they're very thin. So
you were like Turtle from Entourage before the massive weight loss.
Exactly.
Right. And before yes. Okay, very interesting. Okay. So you said there's also a Central Regional book coming out.
Yes, actually during Sandy, it was kind of funny. We took over Seaside Heights July 1. So little did we know in about a couple months that the school would be leveled by Sandy. What happened was we actually moved the entire Seaside Heights Elementary School into Central Regional High School. Our teachers were great, and we do have a book coming out written by Marcia Denisio, Chris Reichel, and myself called Class Dismiss, which talks about that time. So that'll be out in about a week.
Awesome.
So.
Tommy Parlapanidas, Central Regional. When we come back after the break, we are going to ask Tommy what he would do with the magic wand and the ability to change one thing in the sector. What would he do? How would he make an impact? I'll be honest with you. I think the guy's already probably done all those things. But we're going to talk more with Tommy after the break. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Be right back.
The news never stops at WOBMAM.com. Get the latest from WOBM News, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Live from the Jersey Shore to the world. Get up, get out, do something. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Take the show wherever you go. Download the free Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, 46 degrees, getting up to 63, 7:35 here on March 8th. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310 News Talk Radio. Streaming on the Radio Pup app and at WOBMAM.com, 732-505-1160 to join the conversation. Talking to Tommy Parlapanidas. Of course, I messed up the Tommy part, right? That's because that's the hard part. Anyway, we're talking all things Central Regional. I would be remiss if I did not talk about the mentoring program you guys had with Big Brothers Big Sisters. So what's going on there?
They're absolutely great. Big Brothers Big Sisters. We actually use them in the middle school as well as Seaside Heights Elementary School, where I'm a shared superintendent. And it's great. The older kids are great mentors to these younger kids, and really helps improve academically, socially. Mentally, it's a great program, and I have to thank Big Brothers Big Sisters of Ocean County. They're absolutely great.
Yep, Sue Sedovic does a great job. Okay, talk to me. Magic wand, you can make an impact. What are you going to do?
If I could do one thing, I would definitely create. Toms River had the right idea with their integrity health system, which only goes up 2 to 4%. I would create 4 medical facilities. One in say in Point, Brick, Toms River, maybe down in Southern. So now you have a healthcare plan for the entire county, which would save a fortune, and I think then really help districts use those funds for the kids and other programs that would benefit their communities.
Yeah, you were saying that the thing that chokes you the most from a budgeting standpoint is healthcare.
It's absolutely brutal. It goes up anywhere from 15 to, like my healthcare at Central has gone up 100% in 5 years. You're only allowed a 2% cap, so it goes up 100, get 10, the math doesn't add up. So it's just you have to make things work. So it's I think it's unless school districts address that, you're going to see a lot of school districts with larger class sizes and really a change in education, and it's unfortunate.
And so you're a subscriber to the Donald Trump theory of eliminating the lines.
You have to. Yeah, I don't believe in lines. I think you got to cross over lines. You just got to get it done, and whatever it takes. And definitely you have to see beyond lines.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think at his next news conference, I think if he's got Chris Christie over his right shoulder, I think that you could be right there over the left shoulder. Just we could watch the darting eyes, we could watch the smiles. It would be great if we could have Tommy and Chris Christie right there. Wouldn't that be great?
I've met him, so I'd tell him a few things. I don't know if he'd actually be appreciative of it, but
all right.
I think we'd make school district everything better if we followed a few of our leads.
All right, cool. All right, talk to me about some of the upcoming events you have going on at Central.
Well, I'm very excited. We did use choice money, so we didn't use any taxpayer money, but we actually increased. We made our track and field. So we actually have an 8-lane with a 10-lane straightaway. It's probably the nicest track in the state of New Jersey. And we'll have New Jersey's best on June 8th, the Meet of Champions. We'll be at Central Regional. So we'll have about 4,000 to 6,000 people, which will be great. Increase, local businesses by 5 to 10%. Get, so many people in town. We also have, which is kind of neat, our Central Regional alumni. We're actually playing Lacey, the alumni football game. So you see a bunch of old geezers like myself out there. Hopefully no injuries. June 4th. At 6:30 at Central. We have alumni cheerleaders. We have alumni bands. So it really should be a great time. All the money will go to the CR Foundation, CR Alumni, actually, which we're looking to redo a bell tower and actually one more trophy case in the high school. So I'm hoping I lose 20 pounds by hopefully I'm saying March 30th, so I get my cat-like reflexes back, so I'll actually be able to play a little better, but we'll see what happens. So it should be interesting.
Is that your strategy? You're just hoping it works out?
I'm trying to work out. Work's always difficult, but whenever I get a chance, I'm trying to do push-ups again, start walking, get a little cardio. And, it's funny because I used to sprint when I was in high school, sprint 100 yards in the sand, walk 30, sprint 100, walk. Now I walk 100, sprint 30. So my body's definitely, don't get old. It's not fun.
Well, listen, you're talking to me, really? So, yeah. I'm limping around here because I slept wrong, and I can't figure out why my foot hurts. It's too many Schick House hot dogs is what it is.
But they're worth it. Schick House is the way to go if you're going to go.
The Cadillac of hot dogs. No doubt about that. So alumni game. And so did you play football?
Absolutely. The last time I cried was, November, Thursday. It was November 24th, 1990 when we lost to Lacey. So, big rivalry, and I hated Lacey. And, I'm an offense and defensive lineman, so they hate everybody. Okay. So it's not just Lacey, it's just the nature of it.
So this is like that Robin Williams movie. What was that, Glory Days, or what was that movie where he, where I think it was Kurt Russell and Robin Williams, and somebody dropped the ball. I think it was Robin Williams. You remember what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I mean, it should be. I think everybody will have a lot of fun. I don't know if the spectators are going to see a great game. So the rumor is that Keith Elias is going to play from Lacey. So, I was actually on the team my sophomore year when we broke his ribs, knocked him out. We won 18-15, which was great. I was a sophomore. My brother was a senior, so it was a lot of fun.
So are you employing that same strategy this year?
Hopefully, if need be. As long as we win, as long as we come out ahead.
I just heard that Keith Elias now will not be playing because he's interested in keeping everything in one piece. Can you tell our listeners where they could go to learn more about Central Regional?
Absolutely. If you go to our website, www.centralregional.net, and you go to Quick Links, which is on your left-hand side, go all the way down towards the bottom, you'll see virtual tours. You can click on virtual tours, and we actually got to thank Kevin Williams, has a great voiceover. You'll actually be walked through Central Regional and be able to see all the facilities, all the programs, and everything that's offered at Central Regional.
Right. And you guys, it's very interesting, you guys have a foundation, right?
Yes, we do. We do have a CR foundation.
So folks can actually, if they wanted to give to the cause, if they were inspired by what you've been talking about here, and they think that this is something that they want to be more involved with, there are opportunities there as well, right?
Absolutely. We have our link to our foundation on our website. So if you go to centralregional.net, you'll actually see the foundation, and the foundation's been great. We actually are doing the Teacher of the Year with Lacey and Barnegat. So it's a great program to celebrate the Teachers of the Year. So I actually write the grant. Ocean First gives the money, and they sponsor the Teacher of the Year, which is a great program.
All right, awesome. So next time you come in, though, Tommy, I need you to bring me one of those Central Regional ties, okay?
Absolutely. I'll get you a tie and a Chick House hot dog. It'd be great.
That would really. Tommy Parlapanidas, Superintendent, Central Regional Schools. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I had fun, and you're doing great things there at Central Regional.
Thank you, Jeremy. Have a great day.
All right, be back after this.
The Sean Hannity Show, this afternoon at 3. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin.